watching ERi-TV English news broadcast live from our headquarters in Asmara. I'm Mohammed Barkhat. Let's first look at the top stories that are making headlines today. One patient has been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and is scared out today. Encouraging disease prevention activities. Russia's defense minister meets Syria's Assad for talks. Heavy rain, flooding, and landslides in Brazil. One patient has been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tested carried today at quarantine center in Massawa, northern Red Sea region. On the other hand, 18 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the Central 12 and Northern Red Sea region 6 have recovered fully and have been discharged from these facilities. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly increased to 9,534, while the number of deaths stands at 103. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 9,680. Minister of Health, Asmara, 16 February 2022. At an annual activity assessment meeting conducted on 12 February in Mendefera, the Ministry of Health branch in Southern region stated that encouraging disease control measures have been undertaken alongside efforts to contain the COVID-19 pandemic. In a report presented, Dr. Amani El-Mahratab, medical director of the branch, stated that, thanks to the concerted measures conducted, the prevalence of malaria in the region declined by 63% and malaria fatality rate decreased to 0, while 90% of the 288 people infected with TB were cured, indicating that encouraging children's vaccination program has been conducted across the region. Dr. Amani El said that in the last 5 years, vaccination coverage has increased by 93%, prenatal visits by 64%, and in 2021 alone over 10,000 pregnant women have delivered in health facilities. Dr. Amani further noted that, as a result of the increased awareness-raising activities conducted in the region, the prevalence of waterborne diseases has significantly decreased. Mr. Habta Abdesfatien, governor of the southern region, on his part, commending the activities the Ministry of Health branch exerted to ensure the health of the public, expressed the readiness of the regional administration to alleviate challenges that the health institutions are encountering. The Minister of Health, Ms. Amina Nur Hussein, on her part, called for reinforced community-based environmental sanitation activities aimed at preventing the prevalence of communicable diseases. Report indicates that the southern region there are 1 referral hospital, 4 hospitals, 3 community hospitals, 9 health centers, 41 health stations, as well as 2 maternity clinics. Eritrean communities in Melbourne, Australia, and Las Vegas, USA commemorated the 32nd anniversary of Operation Fenkel under the theme Fenkel Embodiment of Heroism and Generations. At the commemorative event conducted 12 February, Mr. Kidane Gumbot, chairman of the Eritrean community in Melbourne, explaining the historical significance of Operation Fenkel, called on the nationals to renew pledge to strengthen organization and participation in national affairs. Mr. Yasin Omar, head of Community and Public Affairs at the Office of Consul General of Eritrea in Australia, on his part, indicated that Operation Fenkel has been game-changer in the Eritrean people's struggle for the total liberation of the country, called on families to exert strong efforts in transferring the shining history to the young generation. The commemoration event was highlighted by cultural and artistic performances, report indicated. Likewise, Eritrean nationals in Las Vegas, USA commemorated the 32nd anniversary of Operation Fenkel, featuring various programs and expressed conviction to strengthen organization and participation in national affairs. Residents of 5 villages of Durfo administrative area, Akhria Subzone, have been involving the renovation of 15-kilometer long dirt road interlinking their villages. The machinery-supported renovation activity is being conducted by the residents of Arbarabu, Da'rotai, Nebera, and Dagarawaldi, and Argoli, Argolo village and is aimed at renovating the dirt road that connects the villages to Asmara and Fasit Highway. Speaking to Arena, Mr. Omar Ibrahim Durfo area administrator stated that the dirt road have been damaged for several years, that has been difficult for transportation, and commending the public for strong participation. The residents on their part, indicating the significant role of the dirt road in the development of the area, said that they are exerting strong and integrated effort as it will alleviate their activities after completion. We will be back with international news. Stay tuned. Russia's defense minister Sergei has visited Syria for talks with President Bashar al-Assad and to inspect a Russian airbase in the war-torn country, his ministry said. The trip comes as the Russian military deployed long-range nuclear-capable bombers and fighter jets carrying state-of-the-art hypersonic missiles to its airbase in Syria for massive naval drills in the region. The two discussed military technical cooperation as part of the joint fight against international terrorism and Russian humanitarian assistance to the people of Syria suffering from prohibitive sanctions of the US and Western countries. Moscow has been a key ally of Assad regime throughout the Syrian conflict that erupted in 2011 with the repression of anti-government protests. Russia's military intervention in 2015 helped the turn tide of the war in Assad's favor, and Moscow maintains military bases in the country. Heavy rain, flooding, and landslides on Tuesday left 23 people dead in the Brazilian city of Petropolis, according to a local fire department, cited in a media report. Video from social media showed heavy rainfall flooding streets and people surveying the damage in the city of north of Rio de Janeiro. The report said 259 millimeters of the rain fell on the city within 6 hours, more than the monthly average for February. It noted that hundreds of firefighters and first responders have been called in to help. A Spanish fishing trawler sank off Canada's east coast overnight on Monday with 7 people dead and 14 missing, Spanish and Canadian rescuers said. Rescuers managed to save 3 crew members after the boat went down, Canada's Joint Rescue Coordination Center said. Spain's Transportation Ministry said there were 24 crew members on board the vessel at the time, updating at an earlier figure of 22. It identified them as 16 Spanish nationals, 5 Peruvians, and 3 from Ghana. Earlier, the central government representative in Ponte Vedra, where the owners of the trawler is based, told public radio rescuers has sighted 4 of the vessel's life rafts. They had been able to gauge 3 and were still trying to reach the 4th. The government was in coordination and permanent contact with local rescue services, its spokesperson told a news conference. Before we close for today's news, let's have a recap of the headlines tonight. 1 patient has been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and this is carried out today. Encouraging diseases prevention activities. Russia's defense minister meets Syria's Assad for talks. Heavy rain, flooding, and landslides in Brazil. That was all for today's news. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.